Hi everyone, my name is Kelly. I'm going to show you how to color your own roots today at home. And this video I find that will be very helpful for those of you who, for whatever reason, that you cannot go to a hair salon to get your root colored and you have these really bad roots. You can do it in the comfort of your bathroom or any bathroom that you're in. I find that showing you how to do it quickly and getting the good result will encourage you to color your hair more. A lot of time, coloring your hair doesn't mean you want to go lighter, but just having color sitting on the hair shaft make the hair feels different and it reacts different. So a lot of people who have fine hair, coloring helps to thicken their hair. And those of you who have coarse, thick hair, by coloring hair and giving it a little bit of a compromise or damage, help to break down the resistance of the hair so that you can do more to your hair. Today I want to show you the most effective or efficient way to color your hair from what I know. So first I'm going to show you how to mix. The color line that I use for my hair is called Goldwell. I really like this brand. This is the peroxide, so I'll be using 40 volume. It's okay to use 40 volume with color. I would not use 40 volume with bleach. So that's just me, but to each his own. The color that I use for my roots are half 7SB and half ASB. And so I'm just using the leftover that I have. You definitely need a mixing bowl and a brush. It just makes the work a lot easier. The bowls usually have like the numbering system on them, which is here. So it has like the mils for you to measure, which is easy. So if you get a bowl, try to get the one with the mils on them. You can't see it with my iPad, but there are mils numbers on here. Brush is important. Get yourself a an 1.5 inch wide brush. I know they sell those thinner brush like this. I find they take a lot of time. If you have a bigger brush, it saves the time for coloring your hair a lot easier. And a good way to buy a brush is a soft but still firm. If you buy the one that it tends to get too hard, that it doesn't bend, you can boil water and then put it in and just soften the bristles. So what I do is I like to measure the peroxide first. So with permanent hair color, it's 1:1 ratio, meaning if it's 60 grams of color, then it's 60 mils of peroxide. So 1:1 ratio. So just to make it easy, I'm going to pour the peroxide. So 60. So here I have a bit of leftover. So here's like a quarter, here's like a quarter, and this is like half. So 3 of these together will be 60 grams. So squeeze the color out like this. Make sure you don't waste color. They have the not spinning thing, the little thing, the metal thing for you to like, get the color out, but I don't have it at home, so I'm just going to use my hands. So try to squeeze as much of the color out as you can. Now I'm gonna mix. So mix the color really well so that it becomes like a yogurt consistency, okay? So having it like this is not ready to apply because it's not fully mixed yet. You need to completely mix the peroxide and the color together. So I usually count to 40. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So it'll feel kind of like this kind of consistency, okay? Sometimes people want to put more peroxide just to make more color, but if you do that, you're weakening. So if you have gray hair, okay, that are stubborn hair, you would want to have more color, a little bit more color than peroxide, because the color will help cover more of the gray hair. Those are just like tips on the side, but it's best just to keep it 1-to-1 ratio. So this is my hair. Now, so that's mixing the color. This is how I do my setup in the bathroom. So I have my mirror, which is here. I have another mirror right here. And you can buy this at Walmart or Costco. It stretches out like this. So usually when I like to do my hair at the back or doing updos and curl my hair or my color, this is very handy. So I have like a two-way mirror so I can look at myself. So when I'm doing here, I can see back there, and when I need to see my back, then this can reflect through, as you can see. Okay, it reflects the mirror like that. So it's best to buy yourself one of this. You can mount it on the wall wherever it fits you, but as long as you can see it on an angle to see the hair. So basically I'm looking from here and I'm seeing there, right? So if you put it wherever you can see it, you're good to go. And once you can see the back of your hair, like I see in the mirror here, then it's very easy to do with color yourself. On my channel, I get a lot of email and questions, and I'm sorry if I can't answer all of your questions because I don't have the time. I have two jobs, and so therefore I try to answer as much emails or comment as I can. But one comment that really stood out to me, questioning why I do hair videos to teach you how to do at home, since I'm a hairstylist myself. So the purpose of me making my channel is, number one, is to raise awareness for my charity. And you all know, those of you who have been following me know what I fight for. And I like to be a voice against human trafficking and child sex slavery or child sex abuse. I find that the children are vulnerable and they cannot speak for themselves. So my channel purpose is to raise awareness for my charity. And I believe in education. I believe when poor children get to go to school, have education, they will be able to protect themselves and take care of themselves in the future and their family, which in a bigger picture help to make a better community. So that's the purpose of my channel. So whatever I can do to have you watch them and to help you, that is my end of the day purpose. The second reason why I continue having my channel, the first reason because that's how I started my channel. And the second reason is because of you guys, my subscribers. You've been so supportive. You have helped me raise money on YouTube for my charity. So, you know, if anything I know that can help you, even if it is so-called in conflict of interest with my job, to me it's not important. Like, you know, I'm gonna have clients anyway, and you know, if people like me, they'll come regardless. Doesn't, you know, I'm not killing my business, and I don't think that I'm killing the hair industry by doing these videos. I think that as a hairstylist, you should help people to feel good about themselves, whether you do it yourself or they do it on themselves that you taught them how to do. So those are my two reasons. So to answer that comment, that why am I doing these videos if I'm a hairstylist, you know, I'm killing the hair business, I don't think I am. Enough said, I'm going to start with the video. So first, I'm going to look in here first, which is the bigger mirror. And I like to part my hair in half, like this. Okay. So I'm going to start down the center, okay. After that, I'm going to divide it into 4, okay, which is from the top to the ear. It does not have to be perfect, okay. I suggest that you put gloves on for this, but I'm just lazy, so I'm not. But if you're doing this and you worry about your hands getting colored, then it's best to put on gloves. So when you color your hair, this is used to section your hair like this, okay. And right now my root is not about 1/4 of an inch, so we grow about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch of regrowth on average every month. So every 4 weeks. So I color my hair every 4 weeks, and people ask me, is coloring your hair damaging? The true answer is no, because Coloring your hair, it also depends on what product you're using. If you're using a good product, then it's not damage. So now I'm going to adjust the back because I am looking from this mirror to see the back of my head as I'm getting into the back area. Okay, so make sure if you want, you can use clips like these to help you section the hair out if you want. So I'm looking through the reflection of the mirror to see the back. Okay, so you can overlap a little bit. I know since you're doing it on yourself, it's going to be a challenge, but don't over color the hair, meaning just overlap the hair a little bit so that it merge, but please don't run the permanent hair color through your hair every time. So let's say if you're happy with your end color, please don't run it through again because you're going to over process the hair and the hair will get dry. Because keep in mind, this is the permanent hair color. So here I'm looking in the mirror and just kind of paint. Okay. Like that. Now, same thing on the other side. Part the hair down. Okay. I'm looking through this mirror here now. And I'm going to clip that out of the way. So when you go to a hair salon, this is what you're paying for. You know, you're paying for the ease, because coloring your hair at home does save money, but it can be a pain. It may be hard to color, so you're basically saving for the service when you're going to the salon. Whenever you get color on your hands and if it start like kind of burning, make sure you wash it off with water right away. Okay, so now that I got 4 parts done, okay, I'm going to start at the front. So this is for people who have gray hair, or you just want more coverage, but normally you should start from the back. If you get color on yourself, just make sure you wipe it off. Okay, so I'm just gonna do the hairline first. If your skin stains very easily, you can put Vaseline around your hairline to protect. So basically, this is my brush, and I'm just taking a little bit like that at a time. So every time you get color, get that much. Don't go like this because then that's too much, okay? So every time you take color, just take a little bit. And then you're going to kind of paint the roots. If you want to do a balayage, let's say your hair is my color and you want to do a balayage, then you can do a darker brown and then you can brush it further to make it look like a balayage or an ombre. But I'm just covering my roots, so I'm not going in too far. So after I got that, I'm going to hold my hair up and do the hairline. Okay, so now I'm looking into this mirror. So try your best to see and get the color root done. Okay, so now I'm just basically doing it by feel and just trying to see the mirror reflection. Once I got the 4 section and the hairline done, I'm going to start sectioning the top, or you want to call the front. So please do this quickly because color does oxidize. So if you take like forever to apply the color, then the color may not process evenly. So it should take you about 15 minutes to apply the color. Okay. A lot of time when your hair color looks bad after it's grown out, you may think you need to change your color, but technically it's just the roots that's making the color look bad because it's a grown out look. Just like with this color, when every time I see my black root grow out, it just looks so dirty and flat and oily. But just by doing the roots again, it automatically makes the color look completely different. So make sure you section a thin section, like about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch. Obviously, the thicker hair you have, the longer it will take. And you can get a friend or your husband or your daughter even to help you with this. But just paint it evenly. Okay? And try to go quick but accurate. So I'm not going to run the color through my ends because I like the ends color. I just want to do my roots. Because if you keep overlapping your hair color, it's like baking a cake. You're going to burn it or you are going to weaken it. If you want to run your color through the ends, you can use a non-permanent hair color. So once I'm done with that, start from this side. So it is doable to do your roots at home and make it look decent while you visit to the hair salon. I think I'd rather teach my clients to do their own roots if they can't come see me than for them to walk around with like bad roots. So when you apply, okay, it's not 90 degree like this, just slightly on a 45 degree, okay? And when you color, try to do like both sides. So kind of dab the color on both sides. Use the tail of the brush to section the hair for you, as you're seeing I'm doing right here. Okay, paint it on. So we are going to section a small section, okay, like this, touching the scalp. Then you're going to bring out the thick, grab your hands and grab the piece that you just sectioned and move it over like this. This will probably take you about 4 or 5 times of practice to get it smooth, but once you get it, it's very easy. Those of you who have dark eyebrows, let's say you're Asian and you have dark black hair, you can definitely use this color to color your eyebrows as well. So I find that usually when you have this light of a color, it's best to go a little light on your eyebrows so that you don't have like black eyebrows with brown or dark blonde hair. I would not use this first on the eyebrow because the 40 volume is quite strong, but after you apply it all over your hair and there's a bit left over, the 40 volume almost like died down, so you can use it on your eyebrows to color your hair. And I find that just lightening your eyebrow, if it's dark, when you have light hair, just softens it and it looks more natural. So now I'm going to adjust the mirror here, okay, to where I can see the mirror here, and I'm going to continue with the back. I will start with the top first. So it's a little bit hard, but with practice you can do it. So I'm looking through this mirror. Obviously the back, when I'm sectioning, will not be as accurate as the front, but what can you do? So just paint section touching the scalp. Try to take thin sections. Hold the hair that you section and bring it right up. Okay. Same thing again. Section. Try to do a thin section. Bring the hair up. And then when you paint both sides. So it saturates up here as well as down here as well. So as these hairs started getting in your face, I would recommend you to clip them up like this. Okay? So you're going to continue. If you have very, very blonde hair, don't do this because it's going to get color on it. So make sure when you brush the hair, you're feeling it on your scalp. Don't just like dust it on like, you know, feathering. You really want to get the color in it. So make sure whether you're doing this on somebody else or on yourself, try to feel it on the scalp. Don't just like, you know, softly because it's not going to penetrate. So make sure you have the color on very thoroughly. Once your color is done, okay, you're going to let the hair separate. Try not to like push it down flat because you want it to oxidize. So it needs oxygen. So just let it lie freely like this. So a permanent color is usually half an hour. If you have gray coverage, then you can do 40 minutes. But I'm just going to leave this on for 30 minutes and I'm going to wash my hair. I'm going to shampoo and then I'm going to condition. If you needed to make the hair a bit even, then you can do the same color but in a demi color, so it's not permanent. The shampoo that I really love, that some of you asked me what shampoo I use, this is right now my most favorite shampoo. During the summer, my hair got to the point that it was so dry, it was brutal. It was like brittle, like, you know when you feel your hair and it feels like straw? That's how my hair felt like because it's been blow dry in the sun. So, you know, my hairs keep like, I can't do anything to it because it was so matted and so tangly. But this shampoo is amazing. Joico Moisture Recovery. It's not heavy because my hair is very fine, but then, you know, it's greasy at the same time. And I would get, you know, really greasy scalp and dry ends. But this one doesn't leave my hair greasy and it definitely makes my hair runnable. Meaning I can put these conditioner on and you can feel the difference in the hair. If you guys haven't tried it, I recommend you to try it. Hi guys, so it's been like half an hour and this is how my roots look like. So with permanent hair color, you're going to see the color comes out after it's oxidized. So when you saw me mixing the color, it was like a mustard yellow kind of color. It is because it's a cool tone color to control the warmth in my dark hair. That's why you see that kind of yellow mustard color. But as it processes, it's going to go into the actual color. You can kind of see it's like a dark ash blonde kind of color. So that's what it looks like on the top. So after half an hour, I'm going to go and get it washed now. Rinse it out with warm water and then shampoo it. Sometimes you may want to shampoo it twice just to get all the color out and then conditioning with the conditioner, and then you can style as usual. If you have any color on the hairline, the trick is that you can use in the shower, use the color to remove, because the color can remove the color, or the color can kind of lift the color out. So if you're easily stained, you could get in the shower and just try to get a cotton swab and just, you know, remove the color. If not, then there is a color remover that you can buy at the beauty supply stores. Hi everyone, so this is how my hair looks in the morning, very flat and frizzy after I slept on it. So what I'm using this morning to style my hair is the hot brush. So the hot brush is different from the hot air brush. The hot air brush has air blowing through it just like a blow dryer. The hot brush is just heated, meaning it's just like a curling iron. It just heats up. So I find that this is a lot easier to use because it's not blowing air, and the air is not blowing my hair all over the place. So when I use it with just heat, it's just like using the curling iron. I find it's a lot easier, but then again, to each his own. So after my hair got colors, you can see the root looks a lot fuller. Every time when your root grows out and you see that regrowth, it just makes the hair look so oily and dirty and flat looking. So once you have your hair, you know, colored and the root is nicely done, it just makes a huge difference. So a lot of time, if you find that, oh my god, my hair's grown out, I hate my color, it's actually not the color that you hate, but you're just having that root color, you know, blending in, that is making you feel that it's not nice. But once you have the root color redone, it's beautiful. It's always best to have the root color either the same or a shade darker. Try not to have the root a lighter color, because then when the light reflects on your head, it will be too much of a contrast in the color. So it's always nice to have the root. If you have a hard time picking out which color would blend in with your hair to do your regrowth, then it's always best to do a shade darker if you can't match it to the exact shade. So if it's like a level 8 or 7 that you're doing and you're not sure, then you can do a 7. If it's a 7 and you're not sure, you can do a 6. So now I'm putting in my hair extensions, even though my hair is a bit longer now, but it's very flat and it's very thin, even though you don't feel it, but it's me. So those of you who have hair extensions, you know how it feels. Even though you have hair, but just that extra amount of hair does go a long way and just make you feel so much more fuller, more volume, more sexier. I don't know what it is, but anyway, can't live without hair extensions. So these are the clip-ons one that I made. I did do a video on how to make them, so if you like, you can leave me a comment below and I'll upload that for you to see how you can make your own hair extension at home. So these are the clip ones that I have. I prefer the one that I always have, which is the Fusion. It's less of a pain every morning to put them in, but again, I'm taking out my extension to redo my roots. That's why I'm using the clip-ons for now. So for clip-ons, you need a minimum of 4 to 6 rows, just because you can see how thin the rows are, because it's more comfortable that way. If you layer the row, it's fine too, but then it can get a little bit bulky, and especially for people who have lower density hair, it can see through. So that's why you need a few rows to build that volume in the hair. So you can see now how much volume and voluminous hair extension can give. It's just amazing how it just makes you feel so more confident. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if you want me to do more videos like this, and I'll be more than happy to share my knowledge with you. Thank you everyone for your support. See you in the next video.